Alright, so this is part of the new reviews for 2024. And today I got the Snail Shell Milk T health operation figure from Snail Shell. So Snail Shell is an interesting company because it's the only one that I'm collecting so far that is Chinese. And they make figures that are more or less similar to like Figma or like Megami Device or any of the other Kotobukiya model kits, where structurally like it has the same articulation like on the upper body, the lower body, the lack of like waist articulation here, and lack of shoulders. So we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, this figure is really interesting, and it's not just because she's like almost naked, which sure is a plus, but that's not the point of this figure. So we'll get started. So aesthetically, I actually think it's really good. The skin tone, like there's a pale skin and a dark skin version, so I'm assuming this is a tan, like a gyaru. So I'd say they actually did skin tone really well. It's a bit hard to see like in this lighting, but that shade of brown is really good because it's meant to be like a chocolate milk, like cinnamon sort of color, because it's called milk tea, so it's like a chocolate milk. You can see in the accessory here, it's supposed to look kind of like milk. So this milky cream, like chocolate, pretty good color. Skin and everything. The muscle detail, like the details on the body part, like the shoulder blades here. See like the outlining of the spine. They even have like skin indentation right here, which I wish they had articulation for, but we'll get into that later. And then you can even see it here. On the arms, I don't like the arms because it just looks so obvious that it's a figure. Like, there's no real muscle or anything there, like no real definition. Like up here a little bit, but I really don't like these shoulders. It's funny enough because these shoulders look like the ones from the Time and End figures, but it doesn't have a butterfly joint to go hide like the ugliness of it. So, and it's squeaky. So I don't like that, but everything else is fine. You can even see like a little like cross net thing right here to show a bit more skin, like where the boots connect. Yeah, and then the skin even slightly goes over the boots, kind of like the Supersonico Time and End figure, if you've seen that review. Yes, I think that's nice. They even have like a little detail right here on the fucking bikini. Just like these green dots or whatever they are. I don't know if she's a robot or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't explain. I'm pretty sure you're not buying it because you want to know the details. I'm pretty sure you're buying it because of the way it looks. Anyway. Joints and everything look fine. This looks fine. I don't know if that's skin peeking out through there. I think that looks like skin. And then feet, but I thought she had shoes on or something, but no. And then she has like these slightly open gloves that show a little bit of skin on the inside. So there's that. Okay, so aesthetically, even though there's no real source material or anything for this, because these are all like original things, I'll give it like a 8 or 9. I'll give it like an 8 and a 9. I really like the body definition, but I got a knockdown point. I'm gonna give it 8.5 because I don't like the arms, and I don't like that there's lack of like extra articulation here. But that's not the articulation section. This is fucking aesthetic. So aesthetically, I'd say it looks fine. The eyes are cool. I like the eyes. They look a bit bigger than they normally would. Like the head looks a bit bigger, but there's a reason for that, and we'll get into that in articulation. So, alright, this is fine. Articulation. Okay. There's a lot of good and a lot of bad. So, here's the neck. Very limited. You want to know why it's so limited? Look at this. Hold on. What is this? This is like the world's fucking tiniest peg. Like they did a double ball peg, I think, but what is this? It's microscopic, look. It's like a flaccid penis. Like it has no reach, look. Even without the head on it, it barely moves. Why is this so shit? Like, there's a pretty big socket there for the head, but what the hell? You got the big ball, but you don't have the thing. You don't have a peg. It's the first thing. It's already a problem. Okay, so unfortunately, no, these don't move. I want you to know that. The tits don't move. The bikini looks nice though, but the tits don't move. So if you were waiting for that, no, they don't move. So we'll do the upper body anyway. So it's similar to Kotobukiya's Bishoujo Kids and like I think Bandai's 30-Minute Sisters or something, and Figma, where the articulation cut is right here at this part of the upper body, aka where the breast is, instead of where I think it would make more sense to put it right here to give it more range. So it's a bit more limited. So going forward, you get that much? Is that how much you get? That's nothing. Oh, but go on. But out. Alright, well, you saw it on camera. Okay. Snap it back in. So going forward, you get nothing? Is that what's going on here? Is that what's going on? You get nothing? Oh wow, that's terrible. Look at that, you get nothing. Wait, let me move this so you can see. Look at that, that's nothing. That's like ever so slight. And then backwards, you actually get a lot more backwards. Not by much, it's really hard to tell. There you go. This is a lot for backwards, like considering. Look, make it go back up, make it go forward again. Look at it, it's like edging with the plastic or whatever. It's like clashing with it. It still maintains the design, but like, what is this? It barely looks forward. I don't like that. Oh, I forgot to mention the hair is like super nicely detailed and actually painted. So it looks so again, it looks like a model kit, like design-wise, but it's not. It's a figure. All right, so that's shit. All right, what about the shoulders? Shoulders go all the way up like this. That's pretty good. Go forward like this. You can actually shift it up and down. Actually bring them up or down. They go like this, so that's fine. You get the full rotation here, full rotation here. If it feels like I'm going a bit fast, because there's not a whole lot to say. I do like the double jointed elbow. This is something that is much appreciated. They need to start doing this more for female figures. I'm tired of the single jointed elbows. Even the Taimanen ones have single jointed elbows, but the bend that they have is actually really good, so in my reviews, I think I give them a pass for it. But it should be able to go like this. But then her problem is that because of the lack of shoulder, you can't go too far. Like, you see, you can only go like this. And if you try to cross your arms, oh yeah, there's a bicep swivel perfectly hidden right here, underneath here. But yeah, look, you can't cross the arms perfectly. I'm always big on the crossing arms because I think it helps you create natural poses. But and also Gunbuster does it, so like that looks okay, but it doesn't look natural. It's like she's trying to grab her own tit. I think you could make her do that. Can you? No, that was easy. Yeah, because of the double jointed elbow, you can actually get a bit more subtle arm movement. so you can be a pervert like this. Yeah, kinda like this. Yeah, there you go. Is this for your YouTube thumbnail? There you go. Yeah, so you can do that. So, oh yeah, and then it has the same sort of hinged peg like Figma and Bondi. Let me just take it off. See? It's really small, but it gets the job done. Yeah, and it pegs back in really easily. So you just go like that, you can turn it around, go back and forth like this. It's fine. Everything here is like fine, but like I'm not wowed. The only thing that I'm wowed by is how nice the character design is, and that's kinda it, but it takes more than character design to win me over. Like, it looks hot, but yeah, I think that's, everyone could say that, but articulation wise, I'm not impressed right now. Especially up here, like this whole torso area sucks ass. But we didn't look at how it turns. So it turns okay. Again, I'm impressed that it doesn't break the sculpt like too much. Like it kinda does here, but it's not too noticeable. What about side to side? Look at it, it barely goes side to side. Like, come on. The next female figure I'm gonna review has crazy range, and it's gonna put this to shame, which is unfortunate, because this looks great. Like, this is a lot better, but it feels like it's trying to pop out again. I'm doing too much. Kind of reminds me of the Storm Collectibles Golden Axe figure for Tyrus, I think, the girl, where she has like the same problems basically, like up here, like where it barely works. So, oh well, I guess you're not meant to. And it popped off again. I'm leaving that in. And now the head came off. This thing sure has a lot of problems. I think it's a little overpriced. It's like over 100, I think, or 90. Don't pay that much. Try and get it for less. Okay, so for the legs, due to the lack of waist articulation, the body can't do much. So hopefully the legs make up for it. Legs go all the way forward like this. It's pretty good. There's a thigh swivel perfectly hidden right here, and this line right here on the boot. Like Yukikaze and some of the other characters. Or actually like Sonic-O. Double jointed knee. Really appreciate this. It's not perfect. Like, again, there's some model kits I have that have way better knees, because they actually cut out more of the back here to give it room so it can bend like the way a real knee would. So you can do like parallel with the legs. But this is fine. Pretty good knee. Alright, what about going out to the side? So going out to the side. Complete splits. I'm gonna show you a real good picture. And add it in. I'm gonna add a real good picture, and you're gonna see how amazing the split is. I think it's really awesome. So these splits are good. You see how easy it is to make these joints? Bam, splits. Not that hard. Other companies could figure this out. Like, it's not that hard to do splits. Oh, well, that popped off. I'm leaving all this in. Hold on. Okay, got the legs back on. Forgot to mention that there's a bit of a drop down mechanism here. You get a little bit more range, but not too much. Like I'd say about this much more, which is only slightly more. Ever so slightly more. Doesn't break it too much, but yeah, so front is fine. I hate the squeaking, but front is fine. Side to side is perfect. And then of course, the problem most of these things have which I will continue to complain about because I do think it's a problem. It can barely go back because it has a butt cheek. I don't care how nice they molded this butt cheek. Not even that big. One, it's not that big. Two, it gets in the way. Like, just... You could have just made this articulated so then, you know, you could have better movement. And then find... Like, you could have just made this like one, like, T-shape sort of thing. Or actually just cut it here. This line right here, just cut this. And then just make this, like, a movable piece, like the SH figure arts, like some of the old ones. That would have been much easier. But no, we gotta... Like, you have so much plastic here that's one single sculpt, and it doesn't move. And it arguably should be cut up more so that you could have more movement. Like, the neck doesn't even move. Like, it would probably fix the shitty problem with the ball peg on the neck, on the top of the neck, if the neck could actually move. Again, I have another figure coming out that I'm gonna do a review for, and I'll use this for comparison, so you can see what I mean, because, like, God, it's so limited. Like, I wish you could do more. Anyway, yeah, so we can't kick back because her ass gets in the way. Again, I hope you like looking at the figure because that's probably what you're gonna do for most of it. The feet aren't really solid though. It can stand up on its own, which I think I've shown off for a bunch of other figures, but look, she can stand up on her own. So I'll give her that. It can stand without much assistance. Yeah, and then the toes go all the way up. The feet go all the way up like this, which is crazy. And then the toes go up and they're a little loose. At least that one is. There you go. You can kind of get some bends. I think I have some photos where I can show you. Because I took photos before I started doing this review, because I was messing around with it. Because I got it for Christmas, so. Alright, overall articulation, not bad. Give it like a, I want to say like a 7. I wanted to give it an 8, but this part not functioning properly, this neck being complete dog shit. Like, this is the most you'll get. Like, that's it. Like, the hair doesn't look like it'll get in the way, and everything else, like, look. As soon as I try to make her look down, the head comes off. The whole head comes off. So unfortunately, no, I gotta take points, a bunch of points off. So she gets like a 7 to 7.5, maybe 7. The knees are good, the elbows are good, shoulders could be better. No butterfly joint. That's disappointing. Upper body sucks. The butt flap gets in the way. It can stand up well, the joints are solid, and I like the body. So now we can talk about the accessories. So Milk T comes with 2 sets of gripping hands for her weapons, 2 open palm hands that she has out of the box, another set of gripping hands, like a tighter grip I guess, 2 guns, one sniper rifle looking gun, and then I guess like a regular looking gun, and for some reason they both contain milk. Like, no bullets, it's just milk. I hope you're not lactose intolerant. And 1 alternate face, which has like a more smiling, raised eyebrow sort of expression. Yeah, these are nice. Very minimal accessories. Also, just a heads up, if you're going to buy this, keep in mind that you have to build the weapons, because and also 2 extra feet. So the weapons you actually have to build. They come in runners, so you have to build them kind of like a model kit. So hopefully I'm going to give you some advice. If you can get like the nippers or whatever, or just any kind of wire cutter, or even scissors maybe, like that you would use for Gundam, get those and build them. If building is a problem and you don't want to build it, well then tough shit. I guess don't buy it. But if you don't mind building stuff like me, this is just a little extra activity. So some assembly required. Alright, now let me show you something really cool about this figure that I wish other anime figures could do. So they got something right here. So besides like the amazing hair detail, which I do appreciate, like this is nice. And the face came off, but that's fine. That's what I needed to do. So what you can actually do here is that you see these little holes with like crosses, like little plus signs on them. So what you do is that, so you grab this and use this to move the eyes. Okay, so she looks a little cross-eyed right now, but watch this. Look at that! You can make the eyes move. Some Figmas and other figures have this, but like look at how cool this is. Like I think the Cobra Figma figure has it, but look! You can make the eyeballs move. You see, all they would have to do is just make, it's kind of like the Dragon Ball, or some of those other like model kits or something, but where like they just give you a variety of faces with different like eye shapes, like on the outside of the face. And then you just put the eyeballs in and then bam, you can move them. Like look at this, look how cool this is. Look at the camera. Now look over here. Yeah, you see, look how cool this is. This helps bump the accessories up to like, I'll give it like a 9 for accessories. Like yeah, you have to build them, but if you're like me, you don't mind it. This is an extra fun thing. Like being able to move the eyes, like now you don't have to get extra faces just so you can have the eyes shift left or right, or look up and down or whatever. You can do whatever you want now. Granted, I wish I had more expressions like for the face, because it only has the 2. Granted, it only has these 2 expressions, but just like that one, the eyeballs do move, so you can actually make her do different expressions. So you can get her eyes to look to the side if you really want to. So to me, I think this is like the best part of it. It's so cool. And it's really easy to do. You literally just peg it here, and then you see it moves. So now you can get the eyes to move in whatever way you want. So I think that's pretty awesome. That bumps up the accessories for me personally. I like the idea that the eyes can move, so you can shift it in whatever way you want. And then of course it comes with this separate face. Comes with this separate face, and I think it looks alright. Let me see how it looks with the hair on. Well, it looks fine. I actually like this expression a bit more. It's a bit of a softer, cute expression, so there you go. Now let me show you off the guns. And there you go. There's the Snail Shell Milk T Tapigal. I think it's a pretty good figure, all things considered, but like the joints not being as good as other figures, especially because it looks so nice. Like the way the character design and everything is, you would want it to pose more dynamically. And it's supposed to be a hot like anime figure, so you kind of want it to do more poses, especially if you're a pervert. But the fact that it can't do all the crazy like dynamic poses like Timon and even the upcoming figure that I'm gonna review, it's a little disappointing. I do like the way it looks, it's just I wish it could do more. Also, getting the gun on that hand is extremely fucking annoying, because you have to like pry open the fingers on the plastic hand and try and put the gun handle in there as fast as possible before the hands retract back to normal. So it's good that the hands don't instantly break, and they are sturdy and will go back to their neutral position. It just makes it really fucking hard to grip that gun. So I'm probably gonna leave the hand like that and take it off the peg, and then just leave the gun hands like in the guns. Because that's typically what I do with guns. I try to leave the hands in because it's so hard to put gun hands in actual like plastic toy guns or whatever. But so yeah, I'm gonna give the Milk T Tapigal from Snail Shell. It's a bit tough. Somewhere around 7.5, 7.5 to 8. Like generous being an 8, but my real opinion is probably like 7.5, because if you don't like having to assemble things, you're not gonna like that part, having to like put it together. And also, even if you do like it, some of these pieces are really delicate and will just fucking fall apart. Like this white part is supposed to go into this part of the gun. Kind of like, let me see if I can trick of the camera. You're supposed to go kind of like somewhere in here, but I for the life of me, I can't get that piece to fit properly. I'd have to like figure it out some other way, or just glue it some other way. That's supposed to cover like this gap here. And then this gun, which I'm not even gonna bother trying to put on the other hand. That's a sniper rifle, and I think this is just a regular gun. This one, this part here is where the milk thing goes. It's this brown thing, this thing, along with this, which I think I showed earlier, but you're supposed to just put it like this, and then put this other white piece in, and essentially just like tuck it under here, and then hide it in here, and then that's it. But too much of a hassle right now. So again, as much as I like it, as pretty as she looks, not the best figure, but you could do definitely worse, like a Marvel Legends or some other kind of crappy figure, or even some of the crappy Bandai figures. But I don't know, I don't think it justifies the price of like $90 to $100 or more. Like, yeah, it's cool you can build it, but even with parts that you build, like model kits, like those are usually cheaper because you have to build it. They just give you all the parts, and they're not like properly painted. They're just molded in a pre-painted color. But again, like, it looks nice, so I'll give it points for that. And I do like the eyes moving, but I don't think it's worth the price if some of the figure, like, some parts of the figure doesn't work properly, like the neck. And still, I don't think it's fair for me to give it a lot of praise when the neck barely works, the upper torso barely works, and the shoulders have no butterfly joint, and the torso lower body doesn't have any waist swivel or any kind of waist movement. Like, they put all of that plastic into the ass, the lower abdomen, and everything else, but they didn't bother to put articulation. So you're stuck with pretty basic Figma style like articulation, which I think sucks ass. This could have been way better, but as it is on its own, it's okay. I'll just say it's okay. Also, I forgot to mention the feet. The extra feet have little holes in the bottom, so you can peg them onto like figure stands or whatever. And in case you don't know how to build, I should have mentioned this earlier, but in case you don't know how to build, it comes with this set of instructions. It comes with this set of instructions here, so that you can just build it. See, it comes with all the runners and everything. Here's all the steps on how to build it. Oh, she fell over. Whatever. You do all this. It has a set of decals that come with it. I hate putting decals on, so I just don't bother. So all my stuff looks plain. See, here's the thing for the feet. And I think there's another. It tells you how to put the decals on in English, in case. But again, I don't bother. And right here says use a nipper, a cutter, or tweezers. Yeah, so there you go. I like the figure, but I don't love it. I want to love it, but I can't because it's not as good as it should be. So I know I'm rambling like I always do. So I'll give it a 7.5. Also, you get this really nice card. It's supposed to come with a cup, but I guess that's, I don't know. How would you even make her grip it? Anyway, 7.5. Not bad, not great, but if you just want a sexy dark-skinned girl in a bikini when she's like almost naked, go ahead. I don't blame you, because that's kind of why I bought it, but I'm also disappointed by the lack of articulation. So anyway, that's it. Bye.